Hello and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your February 2021 tarot card reading for your individual zodiac sign. Feel free to also listen to your rising or moon sign readings if you feel that that would benefit you. That's more than possible to do that with a tarot reading. This month we're going to pull 3 cards to symbolize what is happening for this energy this month, as well as an oracle card to just give that extra bit of clarification. But if you would like your written tarot reading, or indeed reach out to me for a one-to-one live consultation, I'd be more than happy to work with you, and you can find the links for those in the description box beneath this video. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what the cards hold for you.
Hello lovely Aquarius, and thank you so much for joining me for your February 2021 tarot card reading. Let's have a look at what energies are surrounding you this month in terms of your tarot. So the first card that comes up here is the Hierophant, the Pope. It's really a time this month to stick to the path that is most followed. It's not necessarily a month to go too wildly outside of the box. This is a month to follow protocol, to follow how things are done. Don't be too excessive. Don't be too stingy. Do what you think is the right thing to do, because the Pope, the Hierophant, really does ask that we follow his lead in terms of making life as stable as possible. It could also mean that you're really delving into a more spiritual side of yourself, and I think if this is so, you will be asking people who are maybe involved in some kind of group or organization for some healing, maybe even some prayers in some way. This could see you doing some kind of spiritual course to further your knowledge in that field if you feel that you already have some. And I feel that there will be people who are looking to you for advice this month, seeing you as this head figure. So it's going to be really important to keep your eye on professionalism this month, because that is how people are going to view you. So the next card, Aquarius, for the month of February is the Devil. So you have another major arcana card. Sometimes when we see the Devil, it's like, oh, but it's actually quite a funny looking card. In most decks you have these 2 people, in this case little fawns, and they are tied to this sort of altar with the Devil in between them. They are really making no attempt to escape. Yes, they're tied up, but they're kind of, it's only a very loose string. I think that they could get out of this if they wanted to, and that's kind of a metaphor. You know, is there something in your life that isn't quite working or is being toxic? There may be a reason to break away from it right now. This could be a person, a situation that you're in. The Devil likes to keep us attached to things that are no longer serving us, because it's a very materialistic card, and it really does worry about all of our earthly finances and earthly things that we can touch, our home, where we live. It can also suggest here, Aquarius, that you might be feeling a bit bound by fears or beliefs that no longer serve you. The question here is, who laid the snare for you to fall into? Ultimately, it might be yourself. It might be your own views and stereotypes about people in the world, but it could be something that's been passed down onto you. It could also represent that you don't know the truth about a situation, and that needs to be revealed to you. You want to make sure this month that you're not compromising your morals or your values. Take some time out to reassess, you know, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, and see if they really are in line with what you want for your life, what you believe in life. If you are worried about your romantic situation at the moment, this is a card of doing some real soul searching. Why are you attracted to a certain person or a certain type of person? Is it lust or is it love? It may even ask that you find some new companions or new friends who can give you new perspectives. So there's a lot going on, and it's going to be different from person to person here. And then the final tarot card, Aquarius, for you this month is the Hermit Reverse. So you're really coming out of that time of introspective thinking, maybe even quiet. For some of you, you may have spent vast amounts of time alone. This card is really asking that you really do step out of that, and you start to take on the world in a very much more aggressive way. You may really enjoy some time alone, but is it really enough for you? You might really relish just taking a step back from situations, thinking things through. But I think a lot of people are willing to help you reach your goals. What's coming up for me is the need to sort of maybe control certain situations and make sure you've done things yourself. But I do think there will be a lot of people willing to help you. In a relationship reading, this can sometimes mean that one partner is trying to withdraw a little bit from the relationship, but with the Hermit being reversed, what he asks any of us to do when we pull this card is to take our head out the sand and to look around, because ignoring the situation isn't going to work. Calmly approaching it in a very maybe even traditional way is going to work. So there may be a bit of withdrawal from people that you care about, but it doesn't mean that that's the end of the road. It just needs to be talked about. So what is your oracle energy card for this month, Aquarius? Let's see. Okay, so the card that comes up for you here is Magician and the Mirror. He did come out reverse, so we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But the Magician really is about manifestation. He has a mirror here that is reflecting his true nature to the world, which I believe is his spiritual side. In one hand, he has this fire of creativity, which to me is a very masculine energy, very much pushing forwards. And then in the other hand, he has this water, this ice, this more feminine energy that's really helping him to culminate his emotional realm. And working together with these two elements is manifesting some great things in his life. Because he was reversed, I get the feeling like sometimes you are misunderstood. The person that is reflected outwards isn't necessarily the person that you are. It's almost like people are seeing the opposite side of your nature at times, the dualistic side of your nature. We all have a couple of sides to us, but is the side that you want people to see being shown? If not, I think it's time to just speak up. People can't always second guess where we're coming from. People don't always know what's going on inside our minds. So I think the more you can speak out and say what it is that you want this month, the easier things will flow for you. But I think in general, you're pulling away from things that no longer serve you, and you're really deciding what it is you exactly want for your future.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a real honour sharing the space with you. Until we speak again next month, take care and stay safe. Alyssa.